How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? So what's going on?
You don't want to know.
And now, Tom Zappala and Mike Lamazzo with the Sicilian Corner.
What's going on?
Every day's a holiday.
You know,
What a beautiful, beautiful morning, huh, David?
Hi,
My
David.
God, this was
Outstanding.
absolutely perfect today.
Glorious.
Absolutely perfect.
these new Dunkin' Donut cups, I like these things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't spill.
No, but when you go to drinking, you don't take it out. You're going to get it right in the eye.
No, but you know what I do after I drink this? Use this to clean your ears. After you drink,
After?
After.
No, it works. Or yeah.
right?
You know how much damage you could do to your
No,
ear?
no, you got to swirl. You don't stick. You swirl.
No, you don't stick it.
Swirl this.
You swirl.
What's the matter with you?
Unless you get a chunk of wax. You gotta
Exactly.
Hey, I got a question for you. Last evening, you went out with a few of our friends. Did you have a good time? Because I wasn't there.
You weren't there because you had other plans. You were the first person I called. I said, Mikey,
And why couldn't you make it a night that I was available?
because the world doesn't revolve around.
No,
you.
it revolves around you and your 5-mile radius. Every trip has got to be down to your house. Why don't you come to my neck of the woods?
Because the world doesn't revolve around you. And it happened that I called Wayne up and Jimmy and Ray, and I said, you guys want to grab a quick bite? And we went to Ya Ming, the Chinese restaurant.
Oh,
on
so
Route-
you reverse it?
yeah, it's called Ya
Ming.
Ming.
Ya Min?
I call it Ming Ya.
That's not a nice word.
Well, I'm
Remember
just
what
telling
your grandmother used to tell you when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Don't you dare use that word. That's not
Anyway.
a nice word.
Anyways, we had a nice meal, good company, a lot of laughs. You wouldn't believe the food that we ate, though. I can't believe.
I mean, you got
Even the waiter at the end of the meal, when he handed us the check, it was like, you got to be kidding me. Like he thought there was, we had
you're gonna have a lot of take home.
the box was this big. It had like one wing in it, 2 ribs, and a little fried rice.
I know Ray can probably put it away, and
Ray-
I think Jimmy can
Jimmy.
wolf it down.
I did my share too, because you know me, I really kind of watch what I eat. Last night I said to Ellen, I'm taking no prisoners.
Every once in a while to keep your sanity.
Right, David? Do you ever do that?
Absolutely. A cheat day.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Can we bring Mike in?
Yeah.
And we'll get Mike involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, introduce
We have a good show today. Joining us today is our dear friend, Mike Morley, who's looking at the camera. Mike Morley, president of the St. Alpheus Society. We're going to talk about the feast in Lawrence.
We've had a lot of our listeners
Yeah.
have been asking questions.
We're going to
so-
talk about the feast in general, the feast in Sicily. But Mike, you and Sharon, do you have I'm sure you have a good meal. I mean, a nice diet. But do you guys have cheat days every once in a while?
Oh, sure, yeah. All the time, every other day.
No wonder I like you.
David, what's your favorite cheat type of
I
food?
think the one you mentioned is excellent. Chinese food is an excellent. That's got cheat written all over.
Isn't it good?
Because there's so many things that are terrible for you yet delicious.
Right?
Yeah. Plus, when you eat it, you're hungry 3 hours later.
Yeah,
And
Chinese-
It's a wonderful thing.
Come on, that's old news.
Chinese is at the top of the list.
It is.
And then, in my opinion, a close second.
Pizza.
Well, pizza, I consider that healthy.
How do you feel?
I get the one with the basil on it.
Oh,
All the green stuff.
that's a that's a different story.
Well, pizza's up there, but I'm a pizza freak. Mexican, I can kind of take it or leave it. Mexican, I can take it or
See,
leave it.
that's my pizza. That's normal for me, but the cheat is definitely Chinese.
But for lunch, Mikey and Mikey and David, how about a loaded Borelli's sub, Sicilian sub or Italian sub, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't get any unhealthier, but it's nothing more delicious.
it's so good.
Oh, you can't beat that. You got that right, Tommy.
Right.
Very good. Did you miss me at all?
No. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. I ate with 3 friends, old friends, in a inexpensive Chinese restaurant. Where did you eat last night, wise ass? Hi, Peter. Hi, Al. Big Al. Pizza has all 3 food. See, Al knows. Al's saying that pizza has all 3 food groups. And look at Al. You can tell. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. What was the question?
What did you have for dinner last night?
Yesterday we went to the lovely Boston Encore Casino.
What else is new? What did you have for dinner last night? Hi, Cynthia.
We ate at Rare. Rare is their steakhouse. Oh, you know what bothers me the most? And I'm going to I'll answer your question. Mike, you're part of the program, so anytime you want to.
Yeah, Mikey, this is like,
this is just
Yep.
free form.
All right.
We're going to talk feast in a few minutes.
You know my
All right,
favorite,
sure, sure.
my favorite restaurant.
Can you turn him up a little bit, David?
I can try.
Okay.
You know, trying to have
Better?
That
Yeah,
much
it's better.
better.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
trying to have a conversation, and me trying to get something across to people with your mouth, it's next to impossible. Shut up.
that hurts me.
I'm going to hurt you.
That actually doesn't hurt me. Go ahead. Continue.
At the Encore,
Hi,
Mike.
Roger. I'm joking. Look at Barbara. Hi, Bob. Hi, Andy. Go ahead. I digressed. Okay. What'd you have for dinner? You had a steak. Obviously, you ate it rare.
I was going to say Sinatra's, which was their premier restaurant at the Encore. Then got caught up with the COVID, so it's been closed. They're not going to open it.
Yeah, but you told me that didn't you eat there and you weren't happy with the
No,
food?
I said to you, I says I loved it.
What was the one that you didn't like?
Fratelli's.
Oh,
That's Di Pasquale and Nicky Verano's
Right.
Italian
So
restaurant.
why are they
It's
not?
like eating in a hallway. The room is long, it's skinny. The food may be good.
Yeah.
I don't like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's freaking
And
noisy.
you're an atmosphere guy.
I want to be. I eat with my eyes.
Yeah.
I want to. I want to be treated. I want to be.
you
Get out.
don't eat with your eyes.
You're a riot. Yeah. So anyway, Sinatra's. They put a joint to go into for a drink. That
So
beautiful.
why did they
beautiful-
close it down? Because of COVID?
Staffing, probably.
I have no idea.
You might have trouble staffing. A lot of
It-
restaurants
I
can't staff.
cannot.
You know
I can't
something?
believe how much.
I heard that from somebody else, but I think they split it in half. Half of it is going to be like a lounge area. As a matter of fact, we'll get the Encore to come back on.
Yeah,
with us.
absolutely.
Joe Leibowitz does a nice job when he came on with us.
I want to ask you guys, Michael, David. You know, David, you just made a point about it's hard finding help.
Good help.
Yep.
Sinatra's. Can I finish?
No.
Go
How do
ahead.
you like it, mouth?
Go ahead. Sinatra's what?
Sinatra's is really upscale. And I mean, everything. Ray DeFury's eaten there quite a few times with
Right.
Catherine. He understands what I'm going to say. I mean, it's something you do for an anniversary, birthday, something special. If you're going out with a new Gamati or somebody like that, or you're trying to impress, whatever the case might be. That's a 5 notches high compared to say a Fratelli's, in my
really?
opinion. In my opinion, Rare is their next best restaurant.
And that's a steakhouse,
and that's a steakhouse,
Yeah.
and that's where we ate. And we ate outside last evening on their patio, David.
Mm.
It was a perfect night,
Yeah, it's nice.
and we chose an early. Well, the sun was still up
Mhm.
at 5:00, 5:30, and we sat out there overlooking the gardens and the river, and it was, the tide was coming in, and it was beautiful. The light, I mean, just perfect. Our room was on the 26th floor. That's the top floor. What a vista.
Nice.
We caught the sun going down. I got
Nice.
some pictures told me to knock your socks out. But the food was pretty much.
Right
But
on.
you know what we did try yesterday, David? I don't know if I had mentioned this to you when you were over the house, but they opened up a wine and cheese I'm going to call it a restaurant. It's just like you'd see in Italy. You go into these little all marble, little chairs, little bistro
And you can
tables.
buy,
You go in and they had a special, $29 for 2 people. They cut you, they hand cut it. I had Parma and I had dry supersada, and they give you 2 glasses of wine, cheeses, grapes.
Oh, very nice.
A
Very nice.
little
That's
bit
nice.
of veggie, a little bit of veggie, and we had that prior to going for dinner. It was really nice.
So, what you made a comment, David and Mike, about finding employment.
Hmm.
I was talking to a friend of mine today that owns a school, and he says it's next to impossible. He can't find teachers, and he's
You can't find teachers,
he's called a couple,
professionals.
and the reason he can't hire them is because of this stimulus money, or whatever they're collecting. What checks are people getting these days?
They're getting an additional $300 a week.
$300 a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not for a professional.
You want to bet? You want to bet? They're collecting, and two of them said, "Why should I come back to work, working in a daycare, when I'm getting $300 a week?"
Daycare.
And it's someone that owns a restaurant in the North End told me the same thing, that we can't find anybody because they're collecting, and they're making more than, or as much, almost as much as they would make if they were working, and they're sitting home.
When you
What the hell is going on with this country?
Well, that's a good, they're giving everything away. And the debt is going to kill this country. It's going to suck us down.
This is ridiculous.
Just think when interest rates start going up and they have to pay on the amount of debt that we've got right now. It's ridiculous. What do you think, Mike? You think they're making it too easy for people to stay at home?
Well, they're making it easy, I think, but they're trying to make them safe too. So you're right. It's got to start happening. They got to start getting back to work. Everything's got to start moving again. I mean, it's time. It's time. It's time to get going.
Running hot?
Yeah, you're loud. Why are you so loud?
Because it's my voice. My voice projects.
Why don't you put your mouth right over it? Get a little closer. Jesus, like he's swallowing the microphone.
All right, listen, Michael's okay, there it is. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike Morley, president of the St. Alpha Society, is in the house with us today. Mike's going to spend the rest of the show with us. All right, Michael, let's get down to brass tacks. First question right out of the gate, probably the most difficult question. We have been inundated, Mike and I, via the show, emails, texts, messages. People want to know, will there be a Feast of the Three Saints this year in the city of Lawrence?
We're on kind of a wait and see. We will be doing something. Last year we had a really nice drive-through where we put the Saints up in the parking lot, and people were able to drive through and pay their respects, say a prayer, make a donation. We're hoping to raise the bar a little bit more on that. Maybe bring the Vada out this year, put our Saints on the Vada, and hopefully we should be able to do that. We're playing it day to day as things open up. Lawrence is still in a tough spot.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much. But hopefully we're going to be able to ramp up a little bit better than what we did last year. Time will tell. The council will meet. We're meeting all the time. We're getting updates all the time from the city as the situation with them improves, and that's what it's going to take. Right now, we're still kind of in a holding pattern.
Michael, you mentioned the council for St. Delphio, and it's 8 members, and it's kind of the governing body. And of course, all through this COVID, we were meeting sometimes twice a month, if not more, using Zoom, and there was a lot of decisions that got to be made, Tommy. And I have to tell you, I've had the good fortune of serving on quite a few different councils during my 24 years being a member. And I have to say, this group of guys, they've been a pleasure to work with. They really have been a pleasure to work with. No matter what you threw at us, I mean, the guys took the time to really give it some thought. And everything that we decided on, I think the judgment calls were very, very, very good.
I think part of the problem is going to be, if they say, the city of Lawrence says, or the state says, festivals can open up to 50% capacity. How do you monitor that in a feast like ours where
there's no borders?
There's no borders. You can't have people going through style. I mean, how do you monitor 50% capacity at the Feast of the Three Saints or at any one of the feasts in the city of Boston?
Yeah, well, and Mike knows firsthand how expensive feasts are to maintain, especially our feast in particular, because I know the numbers for that. And to be able to, here in the middle of May, all of a sudden the spigot turns on, says, okay, guys, you can have a feast.
Right.
Well, how do you pay for it?
Not only that, but just getting the infrastructure set up properly. It's
but
next to
it comes
impossible.
with a big dollar sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mike, some of our fundraisers that were affected, if you'd like to talk about that, that would be much appreciated.
Well, I mean, we start right off, as you know, Mike, right at the beginning of the year in January, looking for corporate sponsors to help fund our feast. And it's been very difficult trying to, and we haven't done it to go asking people for money at a time like we've had this last year or so. And we have an ad book, which is a big factor in helping us fund the feast, which we didn't do last year, and we're not doing this year because that ad book is pretty much ready to roll by the time, May, June comes around, getting ready to print it and whatnot. So those are two big factors in fundraising that help run our feast and pay for it.
Without the ad book, T, when you get a corporate sponsor, there's a proposal that you make, and you tell them what they're going to be entitled to. You're asking for, a considerable amount of money. And they're going to say, what's in it for us?
Right.
Okay. So one of the key things is, okay, we're going to give you a full page ad in our ad book. Well, you can't do that now. You don't have an ad book.
Right.
And you would have been silly to go out, because a lot of the restaurants that we serve, that we do, they're the ones that take a lot of the ads. So, without one, you lose the other. Without the other, you lose that one. So,
And it's not just, obviously, it's not just the St. Alfeo Society. I mean, I talked to Dom Straz and the guys in Boston. We talked to Pam. All the North End. I mean, that whole thing is all up in the air, too. As a matter of fact, the societies in the North End, their restrictions are even worse than ours. So, I would be shocked if they're going to be feasts this year in the North End. I would be. I think they'll have a limited. I don't know exactly. I know the Fisherman's Feast recently did a fundraiser just to raise some capital. Yeah.
I don't know what their plans are. We will have Strazulo come on with us and tell us, because I think they're one of the premier feasts in the North End that are left now. I mean, St. Anthony's doesn't cater to one segment, so they're broad scope.
Well, I want to bring in the second segment after the commercial break. I want to bring something up to both of you guys that is going to probably be a sore spot, but I think it's something that we should probably discuss. Why don't we do this, David? Let's take an early break, because when we come back, there's something that I've talked to a couple of people about, and it has to do with the future of the festivals, but not just that.
It doesn't look good.
It has to do with this whole generation of kids behind us.
They don't believe in religion.
We're going to talk about that when we come
What are you
back.
kicking me
Thank
for?
you.
What are you kicking me for? You want me to shut up, don't you? Huh?
He's doing
Yeah.
a tease. He's teasing.
We'll be right back.
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill Grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while the pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State inspection station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Mikey, how's Shep doing?
Good. He's quite a character.
Now, where's he at?
Well, that depends, Tom. It depends on the situation.
So it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
So
sometimes he's in Nashua. Sometimes he's up by the Leone.
No, we're talking about talking about a friend of Mike's that handles some legal situations with him. And I said to Mike, where does he live? He says, it depends. That's good. That's real good, Mike.
He likes to be fluid.
Does he?
Yeah.
On the run, free spirit.
Yeah, that too.
All right, listen, I want to bring up a point that
his prices are good, though.
Now, do you understand what a tease is?
Yeah.
Tell me what a tease is.
Let's say we're going to take a commercial break.
Yep.
You'll say to our listening audience, listen, when we come back, we're going to discuss.
Perfect. Now, there was a little flaw prior to the commercial break. You want to walk us through that?
I should have just not added anything about religion. I was so excited, and I believe that, and this is why so many of the churches are failing, and so many of these feasts are failing. And I think Michael is going to.
I want to get your opinion on this. All kidding aside, what is your? Why do you think it's going to? Okay, here's my question to you guys.
Well, let's ask Michael.
Yeah, okay. I'm of the opinion.
I don't want to listen to you.
I'm of the opinion, Michael, and some of the guys that say now if you're going to get really pissed off at me, but
what else is new? They don't like you anyway.
Well, the point being, Mike, is that after speaking to a lot of people, North Enders, people down in Florida, from New York.
I don't count.
Is it possible that Italian feasts like ours are not going to be around for very much longer because of the lack of interest? Now, Mike is saying part of it's religion. I think it's part of the young millennials and the Gen Xers who just don't have interest at all in
volunteering
these festivals.
Heritage, they could care less.
Heritage has a tremendous amount to do with it. I want to get your opinions of that. I mean, do you think that there's a possibility that not just the Feast of St. Alfio, but feasts across the country, because a couple of them have already shut down in the last year.
Every year, Tom.
Detroit, Aaron Caruso was telling me the big one in Detroit is no longer.
Yeah.
There's no interest. What is your opinion on that, Mike?
Well, I can't speak for any of the other ones, but our feast. And I got to tell you, over the last year, there's been a lot of support. A lot of people. Financially, we have been in a good way because people have been reaching out to us, helping us. I've had several meetings, myself and Ray DiFiore and Wayne Peters, with our city officials. They want to help keep our feast alive. They know how important it is. So I'm excited about that. And I think that people reach out to us. We have a membership, I think, that is very, very motivated, very excited to keep this feast going. So, I mean, with that kind of talk and motivation, I think we're strong. I think the Feast of the Three Saints is strong. A lot of people want to help us. Just the way what happened last year with our drive-through with our saints, it was mind-boggling. I didn't think it would be as successful as it was. So what does that tell me? It tells me people are interested and they don't want to see us go away. Can't hear you, Tom. Can't.
He can't hear me, David.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Well, I think one point that Mike brought up that is something that really has to be taken into consideration is that for whatever reason, and I think it has to do with the older members, we do have a strong core group of members under the age of 40. Which is
and they're mostly the sons of members.
Yeah, see, unfortunately,
we're in a nice situation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately, with some of the other organizations in the North End and across the country, for some reason, that's not happening.
You're right. And every year we're losing 4 or 5 feasts, and it's unfortunate because it's our tradition, it's our heritage.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No matter where you're from, it could be from Shaka, it could be from.
Well, here's the other thing, Michael. I know, Mike, you're not Italian. But you've been you've been a phenomenal president. But Mike, you made another point a few minutes ago, heritage. So as society continues to evolve, there's less and less Italians marrying Italians.
That's right.
Now it's Italians marrying Irish or Jewish or Polish, and then their kids are marrying. You know what I'm saying? So as the generations go on,
it's being diluted.
It's getting watered. The strong.
The word is diluted.
Thank you.
Can you say it?
Diluted.
There you go.
The polluted.
Diluted.
Is that? You think that's something that has to do with it?
Yeah, I do. I really, really, really do. Our society is very unique. A lot of the people that lived in the greater Lawrence area, or in Lawrence in particular, that grew up there, like yourself and a lot of our members. Even though they've moved away maybe and they're in southern New Hampshire, our feast gets supported. And Mike alluded to it, what happened last year with the driver. Just recently, we have our $100 raffle coming up.
Sure.
$100 is a lot of money to ask people to donate for a raffle ticket. Yes, we do have some excellent prizes. We have secondary prizes. But at this stage, to ask somebody for $100, and we thought we may have a problem selling 300 tickets. This was the quickest we sold out of tickets, correct, Mike?
Unbelievable. Yep, absolutely.
Amazing.
The support is strong.
Well, the other thing is that the Hispanic population in the city of Lawrence has always supported our feast.
Not only that, we have some council members now.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
They want to work with the society. They want us to go to Spanish businesses to take ads in the ad book. We had all kinds of things set up for this year. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be.
Right.
But going forward, this feast, Michael, is going to be our 98th, correct?
98th, yep, okay. Correct.
So we only got next year, and then the following year, guess what?
I know.
We got the 100th.
Right.
And, I got a feeling there's big things planning, depending upon, who's in charge.
I think by the 100th, the situation is going to be behind us. This whole COVID stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be one hell of a celebration.
You think we can go back in the common and really do a splash?
No, but you know what I think?
No.
Yes, of course we can.
No, you don't know that.
If whoever the
Why did you
president
say
is,
no?
Listen, I would be in on that. But you know, I think back 100 years, and I know you know, and Mike, you guys know what from my family, that I lived with my grandfather until he passed in 1959. He lived with us, and to think back that when this society started almost 100 years ago, he was probably in his 30s.
Yeah, that's a scary thing.
Think about that.
Yeah.
I lived with the guy, and he'd be 135, 140 years old today.
Wow.
I mean, it's just a,
you know what's unfair, Michael? It seems the older we get, time seems to move quicker.
Jesus, here we go.
And you're retired, Michael, as am I. The only greedy one here holding a position down to prevent somebody younger who's got a family of 4 people taking his job is Tommy. So,
you're killing me.
So, with that kind of mentality, it's not right. You're hogging.
Can I tell you something?
You're hogging.
Let me.
Security.
Yeah. Can I tell you what I said to my cousin Mark? I said, remember that's in The Godfather when Michael says, as soon as you think they are out, they keep pulling you back.
Pulling you back.
He says, you're right.
That's good.
So anyways, it's we're chatting with Mike Morley, president of the St. Alfio Society.
You know what I'd like to ask, Michael, our society does an awful lot of good without really blowing its own horn. I would like to, if you could just tell our listening audience, basically, like last year at Christmas time, in Thanksgiving, what the society did.
Well, we provided both Thanksgiving and Christmas meals for 40 families. That being at Thanksgiving, it was 40 turkey dinners, everything from from soup to nuts for 40 families. The same at Christmas time. We did the same thing. I think we bought hams at Christmas time for them. 40 families. So, and through Corpus Christi Parish, Holy Rosary Church, we try to do that every single year, and we do. We give back to them, and it's very much appreciated by these families that have a hard time at Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's what the society is about.
Well, not only that,
Mutual Soccorso was set up to help.
Right. And you help also, not just with food, but with money. You've given checks, you give scholarships. I mean, you give to different organizations.
I'm glad you brought that up because last year, Michael, and I said this to you prior to us voting on whether or not we're going to do the 6 scholarships, because a lot of organizations didn't do it last year because they didn't have any money coming in.
Right.
Yet the Alfio Society gave out 6 $1,000 scholarships.
That's fabulous.
I mean,
we're doing it again this year.
Is the right call. And something, I feel very comfortable at the position our society is in. I really do. I think, look, it'll be here a lot long after I'm gone.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
No, it's
whatever we can do to help out, the little bit we do is good. I know, Tommy, you don't do anything anymore, but
correct.
You used to.
I did.
25, 30, 35 years ago. 40.
Yeah. No, I remember I was talking about my grandfather. Yeah, I came.
Isn't that wonderful?
I was with him when we started. No, actually, Mike's.
1923.
I haven't. I haven't been active in several years.
But
I think I paid my dues.
I think you did too.
Well, I appreciate that. I do.
You don't care what I think. I know you
not
don't.
At all. Not at all. But anyway, no, it's the organization obviously means a lot to me personally and to my family. Always has.
Michael, the membership is up to what, 160?
163, 164. And you talk about the younger guys. I mean, look at the Tasker boys, the young boys that turned 18 last year. They both became members. Tony Brusase's looking to get his son. He's going to be 18. So there's younger guys coming in. They're still coming in, which is good. Can't hear you, Tommy.
Hold on, we'll get you up and running.
Can you hear Michael?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. That's the future of the organization, Mike. I mean, the kids of those members, that's the future. There's no doubt.
Michael, this is your second term serving as president. So
Yes,
this year, this would be your last year.
My last year, yep.
So, Mikey, can we, the day that you leave office, I think a nice thing would be for you to stand in front of your car and just wave like Nixon waved, and just get in the car and just drive down the street. I think that would be kind of cool, right? You know who I've been thinking about a lot? I've been thinking about a guy like Sal Lerner. I mean, think about the revenue that the St. Alfio Band has lost over the last year and a half, simply because Sal doesn't just play at our feast, he plays at all the feasts. So think of all those bands, the North End Band, guys like Dom's band.
That's a good point. It hurts everybody too.
Well, think about the trickle-down effect. Think about
look at the vendors.
The vendors, exactly.
The
How
vendors,
many vendors do we have at our feast? Think about those poor people and the fact that they had either had to find other employment, or, whatever. Right?
Oh, I agree.
I mean,
as it was, that particular profession was in trouble because a lot of people don't want to do the hard work,
right?
And the hours that's involved in going to these fairs, to feasts throughout the Massachusetts, New Hampshire, whatever. So this is just a double crunch, this COVID. So, we don't know how many vendors they're going to be around.
Well, that's another point. A lot of those guys are probably out of business.
That's it.
In the old days, in the early days of the feast, I mean, the vendors were the street merchants, people that lived on the street.
Exactly.
They
opened up their shop.
Yeah, their groceries or whatever. You know what I mean?
Ray's grandfather.
Ray
was
Crispelli's.
Ray was telling us the Crispellis he used to make, but he also mentioned to us the amount of money he would make in 3 days. I mean, it was hard work.
Oh, I'm sure. My mother used to tell us stories. My house was at the corner of, not the corner, but was at Haverhill and Newbury Street. And, my mother used to tell us how they would prepare. Again, this is typical Sicilians. When the Vada would get at the corner of Newbury and Haverhill Street, the band, they would stop for half an hour. The band would take their instruments, and my mother and my grandmother, my aunts, they would bring out pasta to all of them. They would all just sit around with dishes of pasta, eating the pasta, then collect it, drinking some wine, and then moving on down the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
No, those are something you don't forget that. I mean,
no,
but
you can't.
Before, you'd be at the feast and you got a little tired. Everybody lived on Common Street, so they would go to the Nana's house on Garden Street or whatever.
My house was, we used to call it Feast Central for the family, because from that whole weekend, it was open house to all of our relatives, because they had moved out of the city to Methuen and Andover.
Yeah.
So our house was from Friday.
That was
actually, it was Saturday at the time. There was no Friday. Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Open house.
That was like Nana Messina's house on Garden Street.
And they had a spread. They would always have food on the table. And my mother used to say she always had pasta going as hobby. And she says the more pasta, the more people would walk in, she'd add a little more water to the sauce.
Close to where the feast was held?
One block.
One block. Oh, good.
Yeah,
one
cool.
block.
And my Nana Messina, she was on Garden Street, which is one street over from where the feast is.
Right.
And even in her older age, she used to get so excited. She would walk down Garden Street and stand at the corner of Union and Garden and watch the Saints.
Again, you bring me back memories when Wayne Peters, Giovanni DeCunto used to hang out at Frank Messina's house. That's pretty funny. When Wayne and I were kids.
Is Wayne the guy you went out to eat with last night?
He was.
Yeah.
When we were, I would say we were probably 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. And on Sunday mornings, when the guys used to walk to church, you could hear the band like when they were on Union Street, And as the band would come closer and closer, we would get so excited. All the little kids would run out to the corner in their pajamas, watching the band, going to church on Sunday morning.
And it's like that a lot now, Mike. When we go, we take the Saints out on Sunday at 3:00 and we do the procession. I mean, how many Latino families come to the door and they're out the windows
Absolutely.
and they're waving to us, and I think
almost every house you go by. Yeah.
A show. Giovanni is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, abstract expressionist artist in the world. He's got paintings in the Smithsonian, the White House,
Does he really?
Museum of Fine Arts, the Louvre in France, all over the place. And he's a Lawrence kid. So shout out to Giovanni. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Mike Morley for our last segment.
David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at NorthshorePavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we're back for our last segment with President of the St. Alpheus Society, Michael. Is it Michael J. Morley?
D.
I said that. Michael D. Morley.
I'm Michael J. When
Do
I got
you know what the D stands for, Tommy?
Don.
No?
David.
Dario.
Really?
No kidding.
See, now, if I were you, I would rather be called Dario than Mike. Dario is a cool name.
Let me tell you, when I was born, my grandfather, that's what they wanted to name me, Dario Michael, but they switched it around. Can't hear you, Tom.
David.
Yeah, so it's clipping when he's talking. If we try to talk, he can't hear us.
Oh.
So it's clipping on his end.
Oh, it's clipping on your end, Mike.
Yeah.
Pay your
So what do I?
Just pay your phone.
No, so what happens, Mike, when you start talking, your microphone basically opens up for your audio, and then if we talk, you can't hear the beginning
When
of
Tommy
ours.
over talks you, that's why you're not
Yeah,
hearing
see,
him.
Tom talks a lot.
He doesn't know that the guest is supposed to be the lead.
That's basically it.
That's probably it.
But anyway, what I was saying is when Jackie.
I want to ask Mike a question.
Oh, go ahead, go.
When I got married, my name is.
I like that. That necklace thing. Is that real gold?
Yeah.
How much you pay for that bad boy?
$34 an ounce. How much is it now? 1900 and what?
Are you kidding?
1960.
Was it hot?
I got this in Italy.
Was it hot?
No, it wasn't hot. I bought it. What's the bridge, Michael, where they sell the jewelry in Italy? Do you remember that? The bridge is a Ponce.
Bridge of size?
Anyway, they got all these.
I don't know.
jewelry stores, and I ended up buying it there. And that's when gold was.
All right. What was your question?
I don't know. Now you made me forget it. I did.
You're kidding.
My name, I'm Michael James Lamazzo, and I never liked James.
Yeah, James is not
So
Italian.
when I got married to
Jimmy, I could call you Jimmy.
When I got married to Lucille, I didn't like it, so I put down Michael Joseph.
Did you really?
Was I married to her? Was I married?
That's
all
a
these
good
years?
point.
David, was I married? Or was the name a legit? I don't know.
I think technically you're
What do you
married.
think, Mike?
Technically, you're married.
So
I don't know. Technically, yeah.
Jackie, she lives out in San Francisco. Her husband, Matt. When she lived out in San Francisco, she finally got pregnant. She was the last one to get pregnant. And she called us up and she says, we're going to have a boy. I said, well, what are you going to name him? She goes, we haven't decided yet. We're doing, now her husband's Irish, right? So his name is Matt. So I figured it'll be Matt Jr., right? Or Matt the second, right? So the baby is born. And the day that the baby is born, we FaceTime her. And what's the baby's name? She goes, well, we decided to name the baby Enzo. And the baby's name is Enzo. It's a very cool name.
Excellent name.
That's different. That's
Yeah.
very
So
different.
We call him Enzo.
I just want to take the time to wish a good friend of mine, Kimberly Woods. Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Kim.
Yeah, and she's just a kid. I mean, she's only 54 years old today, which compared to you or me, I mean, that's
A couple of shout outs
Yeah.
too to our good friend Nancy DeMarco, Karen. Obviously, we love Karen. Steve Lane, New Orleans Steve. New Orleans Steve Lane, who was the last I spoke to him was last night. We communicated, and he had a rope around his neck and was going to off himself because.
But the Yankees are doing much better.
I know
They're
they are.
only-
I said,
they're
Steve,
only
I
a
said,
couple of
Steve,
games
it's
out.
early. They're only a game and a half behind the
Yeah.
Red Sox.
Yeah.
So I talked him out of offing himself, Steve, and I'm glad because we like to have you on.
So, Mike, just to recap, we are going to have some kind of a feast this year. Is it going to be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? What's it going to be?
Well, as of right now, we're talking Sunday at this point, and we need to see what else the city is going to allow and what financially we're going to be able to do. But Sunday, we will be doing something for sure on Sunday, and we'll, as it gets closer, see what's going to be more feasible and allowed. So that we need to play it that way at this point, and we'll keep everybody aware as we get along.
3 years ago, that we would not lose possibly 2 years of our festival.
Well, we didn't really lose last year.
No, but you know what I'm saying. I'm saying of the regular feast that we've had, and not just us, but everybody. In a million years, nobody would have ever thought about any of this.
I mean, throughout the world. I mean, the amount of people that lost their lives.
Insane.
Jesus.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
as to what's happened. But you know something, I think everybody's bouncing back. Everybody,
How are the feasts in Italy? How are they?
Well, the feast in
we
Sicily.
just celebrated the anniversary.
There was no feast. I mean, the feast in Sicily.
They didn't have anything.
No, Sicily, Tricastania is still in a red zone.
They are too, huh?
Oh God, yeah, because they've had the AstraZeneca vaccine. They took off the market, and the Pfizer vaccine is just coming this in the last week and a half, just coming into Sicily. So it's been a real struggle there.
Wow.
Real struggle. My brother Al, God, I'm really glad was able to get his first shot this week.
Now, this late?
Yeah, he just got his first shot, and Esther has not gotten her first shot yet because she's going through the procedure of becoming a full-time resident, and they're very strict about that. So Al's got another 3 weeks, I think, or 3.5 weeks before he gets his
number 2
second shot. He's going to be able to come home for a month. Yeah. So, he wasn't going to get on the plane. So in Sicily, they have really, and not Sicily, but Sicily. I don't know about the mainland, but they've really struggled with the festivals in Sicily. It's just there hasn't been any.
I just want to, you're talking about this, and I think, Michael, you agree with us because a strong supporter of the St. Delphio Society has been Lawrence General Hospital. They give us their parking lot. They've been sponsors, corporate sponsors, and everything. And what that hospital has done, and I'm singling them out because I know a little bit more about them.
Yeah.
What they have done under this new leadership of Deborah Wilson is absolutely amazing. We're going to have her on, David, with us in the next couple of weeks. And
Excellent.
We're going to, I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask her. And I know, and she's brand new. I mean, she got tossed into this. And
I'm having a shoulder problem. Can she look at it?
Sure.
You mind?
You want a masseuse? I know, a nice masseuse.
Just right here.
You want to
pass?
Topless? No.
I'll pass.
No. All right.
God almighty,
No topless masseuses.
But anyway, again, in Sicily, they've struggled like every place else. But listen, it's all gonna come back.
Michael, if you could tell our listening audience a little bit about the society, the St. Delphio Society in Pennsylvania, and what the saints that they gave to our society. I think that's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, the society down there, they kind of sold off, and they had these beautiful, beautiful wooden statues of the saints, which Dominic Messina and Peter Messina had brought back from down there and have donated them or given them to the society. They are absolutely beautiful. And we're very, very grateful for that. And last year, Mike, if you remember, when we had our drive-by, those are the saints that we put out there. And we were kind of wondering, well, people are going to come down and see these saints rather than our statues, which were still in the church. And they went over very well because they're made out of wood and they're beautiful.
People want more information. Should they go to the Facebook page to stay in touch?
Yeah, or the website or our Facebook page. The Feast of the Three Saints, St. Alphio Society. Go to that page. There's information there. Our website. There's a lot of information.
.org for information, or go to the St. Alphio Facebook page. Mikey.
And also the raffle, Tommy. I just want to mention, Michael, if you don't mind, people can watch it live on our Facebook page. So the drawing is May 22nd. It's going to start at 6:30. Jimmy Fazio's.
Did I buy tickets?
You bought 2.
I did?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
What day is May 22nd?
That's a Saturday.
The Saturday. Okay.
We have secondary prizes. There's 29 secondary prizes.
Did you take it out of my pay?
No, I wanted a check.
Why didn't you just take it out? Why didn't you make me write a check?
No, it keeps my books much cleaner this way.
I could have just taken it out of my pay.
Thank you very much.
I
could have, but I didn't.
Mikey, we love you, and thanks for joining us.
Mike.
All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. God bless.
Beneath your leadership.
President of the St. Alphio Society. Take care, Mike. Good guy, man.
Absolutely.
He is. And
this has been, even the agita that we've had for the last 2 years, it's been fun. It's been fun. We've had, I mean, normally we'd be at each other's, the guys have been so complacent, like on the council, and we discuss. We can discuss without it getting heated.
Yeah.
And to have 8,
that's good.
8 Italians.
Sometimes crisis brings people together. You know what I mean? A
good point.
Where everybody's on the same page.
Plus, I think to a certain degree too, this isn't like someone messed something up and they didn't book an artist or something. This is an event that no one has control.
They didn't book Connie Francis either.
Well, you relax with Connie. So
again,
go ahead. Get it out of your system.
We have about 30 seconds. There are certain
we got 90.
There are certain historic moments.
Like the laser show.
I knew you were going to say that. Of the St. Alphio Society. And the most memorable, the laser show is secondary to
The laser show cost us a lot of money.
Mike doing a phenomenal job in booking half of Connie Francis.
Just half.
Yeah,
huh?
from the waist. No, waist down or the waist up.
Whatever you want.
Half a show. And
Call it the way people who were there.
It's amazing how a woman can get on stage and sing a half of a song. Every song. She's really talented. Very, very talented.
That's
girl.
gifted.
At least there was a show. The laser thing, not so much.
It was
All
one
it
of
was
those
was
things.
throwing money away.
It was one of those things. And I
What? Oh, one of those things. Oh, okay.
That was going to be such a great production.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You should take it over for the 100th and try and do it.
Excuse me, I'm busy. All right, listen, Mikey, you had a good week. We had a good week. Next time we'll have dinner with you.
I'm going over to Mann's right now. Mann's Apple Orchard, going to see Billy Fitzgerald.
Buy
I'm going
some
to buy
Crispellis.
some hanging plants.
And buy some
nice.
Crispelli.
$22 to the best I've seen anywhere.
David, have a great week.
Take care,
Our
gentlemen.
viewers and listeners, have a great week. As we say every week, if you can't make fun of yourself, please do not make fun of anyone.
And the word America?
Great American word.
Italian word.
Sorry, say that every week. Have a great week.
Ciao. Arrivederci.
Ciao ciao.
Buonanotte. A presto.
Ciao.
C'è la luna in mezzo mare, mamma mia, mamma di dare. Figlia mia, cosa dare, mamma mia, pensate. Mamma la voglio, che me voglio maritare. Ehi!